Good morning. So it's about 9 a.m. right now. I am working on some accounting. Fun, numbers. Not really. It's actually my least favorite thing to do during the day. So accounting, and then I usually section off a portion where I'm working just on production, making sure any of our new stuff that we're creating or coming in is looking up to par. And then I'm gonna go to a storage unit, making sure that anything that we need to fulfill for tomorrow's shipment is good to go. So that will be kind of like my morning before we have my podcast interview at 1 today. So anyways, I'll show you some behind the scenes. After the interview, I have a few more calls, and then I'm going to end the day with just making sure on Notion I have everything figured out and planned for our team meeting tomorrow. Not too crazy of a day. It's a lot of just phone calls, running around, and making sure that all the numbers make sense. Hey Uprisers, welcome back to my channel. Today I am kind of excited, also nervous, because I was asked to be a guest on a podcast with Jordan West. He does a podcast called Secrets to Scaling. It kind of freaks me out. It's definitely something that I've been trying to work on. I'm trying to improve. I usually like being behind the scenes, showing how I feel and how I want to express like what I want to say to the world through art. Specifically graphic design and all of the t-shirts that I create for Uprisers. Speaking is definitely something that I'm trying to get used to. You might be thinking, okay, Michelle, you have a YouTube channel and you speak all the time. That's a little bit different because there's editing involved, and so I'm able to make as many mistakes as possible. I'm about to go live in 3 minutes. I'd love to share with you how that experience goes.
Let's hear a little bit about your story. When did you guys start? When did this become something that you knew was going to be a little bit more than just like a side gig? How did this all start?
Yeah, so UPROXX is actually fairly new. We started at the beginning of last year, around April, May. So it's only about a year and a half old, but I've been on this journey for years. And so, you know, I'm a graphic designer at heart. I love being creative. I love arts. I was a former figure skating athlete for like 14 years. And so after college, you know, I did the whole like corporate 9-to-5 job. I got a really good creative gig as a designer in the fashion industry, got burnt out there, then went right into the music industry. And so really good job, paying job, you know. Yeah. But there was an aspect of being part of that like larger corporation model of like, I started to realize I was losing my voice in this, and there was no purpose behind it. And I saw this disconnect between brands and consumers. And so that was back in 2015 where I was like, something needs to change. And then election was right around the corner, and I felt like this world was just chaotic at this point. You know, I was overwhelmed. I was like, something needs to change. I don't know what it is. I feel like I've lost my voice in a job that I spend most of my day at. And so knowing that I've always wanted to be my own boss, 2015 I started to really think about what that looks like. You know, how can I utilize my talents as a designer to do something that's more meaningful and purposeful?
All right, so we just finished recording the podcast. Jordan is awesome. Kind of sharing my scaling secrets, which is super simple. I explain it a little bit more on the podcast. I don't know exactly when it's going to be released. I know they're a little bit backed up with all of their recordings, but I will drop in his podcast here so you can listen to all the other episodes. He has interviewed some amazing people. Movement Watch is one of them. I think that was a great one that I listened to prior to this podcast interview. I will probably create another YouTube video once it comes out. Anyways, please like, comment, subscribe. I will appreciate you forever. And let's continue to fight the good fight, Uprisers.